Hey guys, Batman's here. Range. I have a Hungarian FEG PA-63 chambered 9mm Makarov. The slide is steel. The frame is aluminum. The grips, we'll do a little better looking at this in the shop. It has this thumb rest on it that's just huge. But these things are known for having a little bit of kick to them. Even though it's the same round as my Bulgarian Makarov has, it still has a little more kick because it's a little lighter frame. But magazine holds 7 rounds. Let's put a few down. I got a target set out at 10 yards. Let's see how they look today. Get that magazine all the way in. Well, they're all on an 8-inch target. I was kind of shooting a little fast, but I've got 7 rounds on an 8-inch target. And see if I can show you that. The sun's kind of beating in here a little bit. And it's a little downhill. But there you go. They're all on this target. And for a self-defense gun, I think that's plenty acceptable. The main reason I'm out at the range is I'm shooting my Glenfield Model 60. So I'll get with you in a few minutes and maybe show you a little bit of that. So I'll be back in the shop with some more on the Makarov, on the FEG PA-63. And we'll get to talk to you then. Have a great day. Hey guys, Fat Man back in the shop. Got 2 on the table, on the bench. The FEG that I just had out to the range. And my Bulgarian Makarov. To kind of do a little compare and contrast kind of a thing. Just take a look at the Bulgarian, since I think the FEG is kind of a copy in that. Everything's clear, nothing in the chamber. There it is, empty mag. Now the safety Sallies can be happy. Drop the slide. Start right with the decocker. The decocker is in the down position. And to decock, we're going to move it up. And that decocks. And puts it on safe. So now, when we drop it off of safe, we're ready to go with that crazy, wild, double action trigger pull. But when we're on safe, we can't pull the trigger. And there ain't really a whole lot more to say about it. The Bulgarian is all steel. Steel frame, steel slide. Disassembly. I don't know if I've ever shown it before. You take your trigger guard, and the trigger guard just slides down. You kind of move it over just a little. I like to cock the hammer, take it off the safe, and all you do is you slide it back and up, and it comes right off. So now you get your slide in your hand, your barrel, your slides, the oh my god, return spring, and your barrel is frame mounted. You can clean from the breech, which is the best way to clean any firearm whenever you can. And ain't much more to say. You're stripped and ready to go. That's a quick field strip. I mean, all the other parts come off. You can pretty much take it down to nothing if you wanna. That's not what we're here to do. Reassembly is just the opposite. Sorry, I'm right-handed, so once you have your slide back on, just slide your trigger guard over, get your decocker, and you're ready to go again. It's that simple. Your magazine release is on the heel, and you just pull it back and slide it off. I guess it's kind of a European style. The grips are just standard plastic Bakelite original grips. It's with the magazine in it. The magazine has a bit of a little pinky rest, and for me, I firmly get 2 fingers on, and the third one will hang on there. I wish that rest wasn't there, and maybe I'll change that someday, I don't know. But the purchase is good. I fire this pretty well. I can usually at 10 yards keep about a 5 or 6 inch group. I'm sure you've seen the groups in some of my other videos. So it's a pretty good little firearm. To compare that to the FEG that we just had out at the range, and again, chamber is clear, magazine's empty. Very similar. It does have, on the grips, are plastic grips, and it does have this funky thumb rest here. So when you grip the gun, your thumb rests right on top of that, and it does help a little in control. The frame is aluminum. The slide is steel. Takedown is just the same as the Bulgarian. Slide your trigger guard down and over, and you have it apart. It's assembled a little different. Well, quite a bit different. Actually, the safety works backwards from what the Bulgarian does. The finish, I'm gonna say it's like a black, I'd almost call it a Duracoat, but I think it's a Parkerized finish. A black Parkerizing finish. I'm not 100% sure. Same kind of assembly. Clean your barrel from the breech, just as before. There's other parts in there. The grips are just plastic, so putting it back together is exactly the same as the other one. This does have a more of an American style magazine release right here. Now the magazine has a little tab right here. I need to get a pointer. Right here there's a little tab that sticks up. Let's get this. You see that? There's a tab here, and that tab activates the last round hold open, and it creates, when you go to just stuff your magazine in, you don't always get past that, so you kind of got to come in and push it over a little bit, but then you have your last round hold open. The difference in the Bulgarian has a slide release right here. The FEG doesn't. So even now, even though it's unloaded and there's nothing in the chamber and the magazine is empty, I have to drop my magazine. And you saw me on the range, I had to seat that magazine better. It's one of those things that I do it with the 1911, but I don't always do it with something like this. But that little bit is all that magazine will come out because of that tab in there. But that's enough to send your slide home, and you just, same as like a Glock. or just about anything. I try to practice doing that because you never know when you're going to have a firearm that doesn't have a slide lock. So I practice a lot of times on the range. That's the way I'll release it. My high points don't have the slide lock or slide release. But your safety is also a decocker. You go down on this one, and it's really, really stiff. You go down to decock, and then you're on safe. Trigger's even back. To put it up, I could not, for the life of me, draw this and take it off of safe with one hand if I had to do that quickly. Not like I can with this, but this works in the same direction as a 1911 that I grew up shooting. This is the opposite. If I drop it down, I've got the safety. So I have to put it up before I can fire. Very uncomfortable for me, and I don't know that it's real efficient. If you try to shoot left-handed, this thumb rest gets in the way. So I'm going to have to try to find some grips that are a little more comfortable for me. On the range, I felt that it was really controllable. You can look at the back here, so it's kind of like taking a 1911 and put a really big arched mainspring housing on it. And part of that is your mainspring is right up in here for your trigger or your hammer. There is a spring kit. The double action pull is horrendous. Much like, well, it's far worse than the Bulgarian. I can control that one. This is just horrendous. It's terrible. But the single action pull is wonderful. So I don't know how they do that. But the single action pull is great. So there's a little look at the Hungarian PA-63. It's made by FEG. This one was imported by KBI of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Just another chambered 9mm Makarov, and I've put about half a box of ammo through this without one flaw or failure. Both hollow points and solids, and I would trust my life with it at this point. So there's your quickie little review, and everybody should stay safe, have fun at the range, but be safe, and God bless. Have a great evening.